Hello, YouTube watcher. Welcome back to the series where I review 45 pieces of fan mail written to convicted killer Chris Watts while at Weld County Jail, awaiting sentencing. In today's episode, I've selected 3 letters from convicts of the female variety. They'll be commiserating about prison life, giving thoughts and prayers, and offering this penal system virgin a few tips on how to survive on the inside. Kim from Evans, Colorado. Chris, hi. So I wanted to reach out to you and maybe see if you wanted to talk. I was in Weld County in 2015 for 120 for a DUI, so I know how shitty it is. I know that having someone to talk to on the outside helps pass the time, so I figured to take a shot in the dark and see if you wanted a pen pal. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Kim. I'm 33. I live in Evans. I work as a bookkeeper for an HOA management company. I've lived in the Greeley area all my life. I'm divorced with 3 kids. I went to Penn State for a soccer scholarship, but tore my ACL my freshman year, so I ended up back here. I lead a completely boring life now. I got arrested once in my life for the DUI and finally done with that mess, so I know the shitty environment you're dealing with. I hope to brighten your days with some normal conversation and take your mind off of the depressing place you're in. My suggestion to you is stock up on noodles and stay away from the nasty mystery meat at night. Eat breakfast and lunch. Changing your diet to vegetarian will also give you a lot better meals, but honestly, it isn't that much better. I'll keep this first letter short. Just figured I'd reach out and see if you might want to take your mind off things. I really hope to hear back from you, but completely understand if you don't. I hope you have a good day. Keep your head up. Kim. Clearly, Kim knows the ins and outs of prison life because I recently discovered that ramen noodles are used as prison currency. If you'd like to know more, check out the link below where a former inmate explains why. Hannah from Denver, Colorado. Chris, hi there. You're probably wondering who I am and why I'm writing to you, so let me try to explain and tell you a little about who I am. First off, I hope this letter finds you getting through the day as best as you can. My name is Hannah, and I've been the property of the Department of Corrections since June 2014. I've been following your story for the past few days and just really feel the need to tell you that you've got a complete stranger hoping that you're doing all right and sending you lots of good energy as you start down this path. You're not alone. Without going into too much detail right now, I'm sitting on a 13-year sentence for a financial crime and will see parole in November. However, my case was high profile, and I can tell you right now that the media makes the worst situations into hell. I think that's why I feel this connection to you, because the coverage and assumptions of you and your case already has me feeling irritated for you. I hope that makes sense. I can only offer this advice, Chris. Don't talk to any type of media. They all suck. They will beg you for interviews, try to come to see you in jail. They'll pull out all the stops for a few words from you. I will never ask you anything about your case. Number 1, it has no bearing on why I'm writing to you. And number 2, you're in such an early, critical stage of all of this, and you cannot be too careful. So from my experience, I can tell you this. It's a tough road, and some days are way harder than others, but you seem like a strong guy, and you'll get through this. Again, you're not alone, okay? Now to tell you a little about me. I just turned 39 on August 8th. I'm 5'6", 130 pounds, dark brown hair, and green eyes. I'm full-blooded Italian. Before I was a felon, I was a paramedic and now a certified personal trainer. I love sports, especially football. I'm originally from Nebraska. Music and physical fitness is crazy important to me. I was married to a police officer, but we've been divorced for about 5 years now. Chris, I really don't have any expectations or hopes in writing to you. Of course, I'd love to hear back from you when you're up to it. For some reason, I find myself caring about how you're doing. So all I'm trying to say is that I'm here. Whether you just want some outside conversation or to get out of your head for a little while, I'm here. And since I'll be released this winter, I can help you out from there too. Just FYI. Truly, Hannah. Okay, so I looked up Hannah's case, and she milked people out of $60,000 by claiming she had terminal cancer. Prior to that, it looks like she had some charges related to prescription drugs. So much for being married to a cop. I don't know if I'm comfortable with Hannah being out there. She's already planning to make some bad choices by offering to help Chris. I do know Chris wrote her back, and Hannah has shared those letters online. Christian from Pewee Valley, Kentucky. Chris, hey. Let me start this out by addressing the elephant in the room. No, I'm not a creeper or crazy. I think. Lol. I've toyed with writing this, not only because of the obvious. You don't get it, you do get it, but don't read it. You do get it, read it, but throw it in your stainless steel toilet sink combo. The list of possibilities are endless. But because my worst fears will finally be realized, and I am in fact crazy. But that's a debate for another letter. Right now, let's get to the purpose of this one. Keep your head up. You're in the think tank right now, designed to make even the strongest suffer. Just laying there, dwelling on shit, feeling hopeless and lost, was the same for me. Our stories are different and our specific feelings are going to vary, but for me, I sat in my own room, alone and scared, replaying my shit over and over, trying to come to terms that, because of a decision I made, someone was dead. Not knowing what was going to happen after was a close second on my list of what the fucks. Society tries to push a standard set of beliefs on everyone. Society says there is a correct way to love, to grieve, to be sorry for something, and if you don't react and deal with events in your life correctly, then it's wrong. Only twits and people with a low capacity of understanding think that way, and unfortunately for us, that's the majority of America. I mean, look who our president is. We've made better decisions. I didn't vote because I was in prison, FYI. And we've made worse. America, I mean. The media has turned your situation into a national frenzy, my friend, and if you're not sobbing and ripping out your hair, you're not grieving. And if you're not grieving openly, you have no remorse. Fuck that. Fuck them. They don't know. Hell, I don't know about you, but I know what I looked like on the outside was a lot prettier than what was going on the inside. Like, some days I feel like I look like Marilyn Monroe, but if you flip me inside out, I'd look like Honey Boo Boo. Or maybe it's the other way around. Spoiler alert, I look like neither of those two examples in any kind of way. It's going to get a lot harder before it gets any better, and people you thought would be in your corner won't. In fact, most of the people who start this with you won't be there in the end. Just know that you aren't completely alone. If this letter ends up in a Colorado sewer, at least take that from it. I'd like you to write me back. I've got all this wit and wisdom to get out, or I could possibly implode. I think we could benefit from having a good mental companionship. I know I go through it in here sometimes. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you, I'm in prison. Totally slipped my mind. It shows you how often I write to people I don't know, but see on TV. Sheesh. Honestly, I write my mom and two other people. One I met in here, and one I knew before I got arrested. I was on the fence about even writing. It's one of the few firsts I've got left at 36. They say it's the new 26, but I think that's just something we tell ourselves to not feel so old. Like, when you tell an ugly person it's what's on the inside that counts, which is something I'd never say to an ugly person to make them feel better. I mean, I'd say something to make them feel better, just not that. I mean, there's no such thing as ugly-ish. Anyway, the gist is, I'm old, and I've done a lot of stupid shit. I've never been told it's what's on the inside that counts, but I have been told I can't depend on my looks forever. And One time my dad said I was a succubus, sent to suck the lives out of all men. What can you do? I hope you got this, read it, and found it to be at least some small relief from all that you're dealing with. Hopefully you want to write. I got picked some stuff for the future, and I only ask one thing. Until after you're sentenced, and only if you choose to talk about it, I don't want to know about what happened. I will never ask you either, just so you know. I'd like to be right as friends and help you get through all this. I saw the deep breath you took when they read your charges, and I know how alienating this process can be. Even if it's just jokes and BS, a letter can make a day brighter. No matter what, keep your head up. You'll always be in my thoughts and prayers, and remember, it's what's on the inside that counts. Lol, just kidding. Always Christian. Gotta have the hashtag always. P.S. All envelopes must be addressed like this. Also, only white paper, no pics or drawings, blue or black ink. From the sounds of it, Christian has been down for a while, with a while longer to go. And I can only imagine how lonely it must be for a woman in prison. Likely not so many men out there willing to spend their disposable income to help some unknown woman buy noodles. I'm going to end it here for today. Leave your thoughts below. What made you cringe? Be sure to like and subscribe, and join me next time for readings of letters from Kate in Australia and the bikini-clad Tatiana, who just want Chris to know that they care for him and are there for him.